question make you feel like immediately after seeing the question you were able to answer? What are those topics? Can you, now when I ask this question to you? Emergency. Okay.
Some questions related to fundamental rights.
Fundamental rights. Preamble. Okay. Now when I put this question to you all, that after seeing any particular question, the moment you felt like this question is very, very easy for me and I'm going to answer it no matter what. Mark my words, it is these questions which you will usually make mistakes. So you should not, the first important learning in prelims, you should never feel that you can definitely answer that question immediately after reading the question. So the trap will be laid in options also. After reading the question and only after reading the options, then you should decide if you can answer that question or not, but not immediately after seeing the question. So this is the first learning from your discussion only, from this discussion only. I didn't come up with any new point. So according to you, Sudipti, when you're saying that emergency, there were questions regarding emergency and you were able to do them correct. So don't feel it in this way that you can answer all the questions of emergency with ease. Okay? Similarly, when it is about preamble for you, when it is about application oriented part for you, when it is about the fundamental rights for you, or it might be some other reason or topic for you, never get into answering the question without getting into the deeper analysis of the options. Clear? Yes. Now, second learning. How many of you saw the key? Obviously, I didn't give the key to the offline students. I didn't give key to the offline students because you will not concentrate on the class, right? You will check which is the right answer without even me telling you. That way, you are going to ignore a lot of mistakes which you will be making. That is the reason I didn't give the key. But obviously, for online students, they'll get the key immediately after submitting their test, right? Yeah, that is the reason we see many online students not attending the class because they have already got the key. But it is these discussion classes which are going to help you, and it is these classes which will stay long in your mind. Okay? Yeah. So the second important learning is, I already received a message from a student saying that, ma'am, I feel very low because my score in today's test is just 80. The second most important learning of prelims test series, be it here or be it anywhere, is never concentrate on your scores. Please write it down. Never concentrate on your scores. It's okay even if you score negative marks. It's okay even if there's a student who got 3, just 3, but she's not feeling bad. She's feeling happy because now she understood that she has to learn a lot. She has to work even more harder. So never concentrate on the scores. Third important learning. Now can anybody tell me, did anybody analyze anything after this class, after this test in the morning? Very good, very good. So that is, you're not concentrating on the question. You're in a hurry to complete the question, and that is where the examiner or UPSC will lay a trap for you. And moreover, it is not going to make those words of not or incorrect as bold. So the next important learning is, pay attention to every single word in the question. You know what? 50% of the answer is in the question. Write down this point. 50% of the answer is in the question. And your question as well as the options are the only source for you to answer, right? So UPSC or be it any examiner, they themselves are giving the clue in the form of the question. You will be in a hurry in those 2 hours, and that is where you skip reading the question properly. You skip those words of incorrect, identify the incorrect statements, identify which is not correct statement. Don't do that mistake, okay? You can also, don't feel that this is silly. You can use your finger while you read the question. Please write this point also down. finger or the pen you are holding, you can use it as you go. So that your action coordination, your mind coordination will be same. And you will not make a mistake in the question. Because if you make a mistake in the question, that is entirely a mistake of yours. Okay? Yes. Yes, next one. Third one is about the question itself. Fourth one, think. So my discussion classes are not just about the subject or test discussion. I want to help you all in the exam process also, during the duration of the exam also, because that is important. No matter how much ever you prepare, but once you enter the examination hall, it is you who is going to work for those 2 hours. I'm going to help you what you should do in those 2 hours. Even that is part of prelims preparation, or be it mains or interview, anything. That duration is important. 2 hours for prelims in the morning, 2 hours for CSAT in the afternoon, 3 hours for mains in the morning as well as afternoon, and that half an hour for interview. It is this duration which is important, and you all need to work for these durations also. One thing I want to tell you all is, you have to read all the 100 questions. All the 100 questions. There is no excuse in that. Don't make the mistake of doing 1 to 10, 11 to 20. No. This is going to have a huge impact on your mindset. Because if at all you get tougher questions in 1 to 10, you're gone there only. You will not be able to bring your mind back into positivity in that short duration of time. You have to quickly skim through the question paper by reading all the 100 questions immediately after getting the question paper. You try this from your next test. Understood? So you have to read all the 100 questions quickly. Don't waste time there. You have to quickly see the questions. This way, you, without even knowing yourself, you will analyze how the question paper is. So this way, you're done with the first round already. First round is over. This takes just around 10 minutes time. Just put 10 minutes of your time, because immediately after taking the paper, your mind won't be in such a relaxed state to start answering or to mark on the OMR. There are more chances that you will make the mistake there, including marking the hall ticket number. These are also very, very important, right? It's not just about studying or scoring in prelims, it's about these aspects also. Right? Understood? So you have to read the entire paper. So allocate your first 10 minutes of time in reading all the 100 questions at once. Just hold your paper like this, skim through the question paper and see the questions, but with full concentration. You need not see the options, just read the questions. Then you will understand which section is coming where. So if you are okay with the questions of modern history, do them. If you are okay with the questions of polity, do them. Economy, do them first. But if you go like this, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, that won't work for you. This is how you'll not complete your paper. I mean, you'll not complete all the questions.
But if you want to attempt it, you're taking a chance of it being entirely wrong.
That happens when you read the question for the first time, or sometimes for the second time. But when you come back to the question for the third time, there are more chances that your mind will be prepared to answer it properly. I'll tell how to tackle that in the duration of course. Okay? Yes. I generally felt low after seeing a question which I was not aware about. That made me think negative about the next question. See, that's why I told you to read all the 100 questions, and you should be prepared for the worst. Because this is the general saying, and even you all know that in the entire 100 questions, you will be knowing some odd 30 questions. 30 to 35 questions, and rest all the questions of 65 to 70, you have to play a game. Why don't you play this game intelligently? Time management and panic at end of first round that I couldn't get many short if I get only 15 to 20 questions, that's relying on elimination. Okay, so time management at the end of first round. What is the time I told you for the first round? 10 minutes. So what is the need to worry when you do the things in 10 minutes? You are knowing the question paper and you still have time to work on those questions. So this is one more important learning. You keep sometimes specific slots for all your rounds. If you're doing first round in 10 minutes, based on your speed, you can go to 45 minutes for the second round, because it is second round which is very, very important. 45 minutes for the second round. Put the time slot that way and try to, because you have 5 months to practice for prelims. Do this thing, 5 months. First round, 10 minutes, put a timer. 10 minutes you have to read all the 100 questions. Next slot, put a timer for 45 minutes. Do second round. Now what are you going to do in the second round? You are going to see the options. In the first round you just went through the questions. Now, and while going through the question, it is in the first round where you have to underline or circle these words of not, incorrect. Understood? First round, 10 minutes. While reading the question, you are going to underline not or incorrect aspects in your first round. Even if it takes 15 minutes, it's okay, because you are underlining them and you are not going to make the mistake in your second round. Second round, 45 minutes, it is here where you are going to see the options also, and after seeing the options also, if you are not able to arrive at the question, leave that question. For the third round, don't feel happy that I am asking you to skip the question, no. Now what am I doing here? I am putting the numbers while reading the questions itself. I didn't go to the OMR yet. Now you start answering the questions based on this number. Your probability of making the questions correct are very, very high, because this will also increase your confidence, right? And you yourself will know which one you are going to mark wrong. That is number 4. But there are chances that you might go correct there also. There are chances that you may go wrong in the third round also, because third round is about those options which you are confused more. But still you know the topic. Clear? I have one question for all of you. If at all you are able to do, first round is for 10 minutes, second round is for 45 minutes, so just think that you are under 1 hour. If you are able to put only around 25 to 30 questions in the first 2 rounds, what does that mean? See, you should not rely on elimination technique for prelims. It's all about mind game. Yeah, tell me.
Maybe we are reading between the lines. Even after second round, if we are able to answer the practice question or something, we are reading between the lines. Or the case may be that we are limiting ourselves to the question which we are confused about it.
Okay.
Giving more priority to those questions, it will be difficult rather than going with the questions.
But you're still in the second round. That's why I told you. So in second round, you're not going beyond for the tougher questions. Second round is for those questions which you know, but you just need to analyze the options. What I mean to say is, even after second round, that means if you calculate the number of questions you have kept as 1, as well as those questions you have kept as 2, you are just around 30 questions. You are just in 30 questions after your round 1 and round 2. What does that mean? Yes, you are going to mark those 30 questions.
Unlike third and fourth, where you are not sure.
Exactly. So what does it mean if you are sure short of 30 questions about around 70 in your second round, after completion of your second round? Huh?
For sure, those 60 marks will be easy.
Okay. Then?
They are having much time for remaining questions.
So you have 1 more hour.
1 more hour.
Okay. Then?
Of all the 100 questions, only not more than 40 to 45 questions will be familiar.
30 to 35.
So those 30 to 35 would have answered by that time.
You have already answered by the time you have kept it for the first 2 rounds.
So the next questions are like something somewhat where we need to think more logical.
Okay. See, let me tell you all from your language. You will think that the paper is tough. So now write down in caps lock letters that even if you do 30 questions or even if you do 20 questions at the end of second round or in the first 1 hour, don't get demotivated. You still have 1 more hour and 80 more questions. And this is going to happen for sure that you are going to answer around 20, 25 or 30 at the end of 1 hour. So for the next 1 hour also you should stay positive. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not about how many marks you're putting into your pocket, because you don't know how many mistakes you have made in those 2 rounds or those 20 questions. You can't be so sure, you can't trust UPSC so much. So for 90% of the students, the immediate thought which comes to mind is the paper is tough. Okay, the paper is tough. So what? It is tough for everybody. Every student is in the same situation. So obviously the cutoff will be less. This is the positive feel which you should have in the exam hall. I'm talking about exam hall mindset. Please write all these points. It's okay. There was a year where I did only 11, where I marked only 11 questions on OMR at the end of second round. Still, I didn't lose confidence. So it's about your mind game. Second aspect, one is the paper is tough. Second aspect is you obviously didn't prepare properly. You know about your level of preparation. So stay happy that even with that sort of preparation, you could do 20 to 30 questions in the first 1 hour. Now, what is the other thing? Positivity. What I'm trying to say is, no matter what, you should have positivity till 11:29 a.m. You should be positive. Please write this down. Online students, any doubt till here? Obviously, we didn't discuss the subject, but the actual way to clear prelims. Discussion of the subject is not the actual way to clear prelims. My sessions are going to be like this. In every class, we are going to discuss something from your end, the problems which you are facing while you are taking the exam. And this is also part of prelims preparation. You will have to work on these aspects while you do your mock test. Okay?